Okay, when you get your EzFloat, it's very important that you keep it properly lubricated in the heads. Inside the head, there are gears that need to be maintained with lubrication. There's a little grease port right here. That's where the grease is put in. The heads come pre-greased, but we want to maintain that level of grease in here so the gears don't get worn out prematurely by frequently putting new grease in. The grease that comes with the kit is a food-safe grease. In other words, you can actually even eat this stuff and it won't hurt you. It's really not that necessary, though, to use food-safe grease per se every time you use it. You can use other types of grease that you can get at a hardware store or through your dental supplies. This is a type of lithium grease. The main thing is that you want something that is kind of like maybe like marine friendly, so that it's really resistant to water, destroying the gears through rust and stuff like that. So you want to use a grease that is what's called a clear grease. It has no particles because the hole that we have that we pump the grease through is quite small. This little hole right here can plug up, so therefore sometimes you might have to take a very small wire and push it down in there, take this head off and clean it out right there, and then you get going again. When your kit comes to you, you're going to have a grease pump like this. There are other grease pumps available also, but this is one that we provide with the kit. And what you want to do, of course, is take this grease here, fill up this tube, and when you squeeze the tube, fill it up pretty good. There might be some little air pockets in there. You're going to put this back on and screw this on, and then you're going to help to eliminate some of the air pocketing by using a screwdriver or something like that to push up in here like this, and you're going to push on this plate that's in here and push it up to the top and get out most of the air. Okay, and then when you pump it like this, and when the grease starts to come out, you can see the grease coming out. I usually have a little rag like this. I can see that it's ready. Here's one that's already been filled, and I can demonstrate this to you. You can see that when I squeeze this, a little bit of grease comes out. Okay, this happens to be like a purple colored grease. So when I put it into the float, what I like to do is put it on a nice firm surface like this where I can securely hold the float in place. Put the grease plunger up against the port. What I like to do before that is take a little needle if I need to and clean out any tooth dust that's in here. You can also depress the little ball that's on a spring valve and make sure that it's ready to move out of the way so the grease can go in. Another way to clean it is to take a little brush like this, and you can brush out any tooth dust. The tooth dust could form an abrasive on the ball bearings and stuff like that, or on the gears that are included, so we don't want any tooth dust going in. When you pump the grease in, you want to have it firmly held in place here. A lot of times what I do, I push in on the disc here with my finger as I pump it, like this. Okay, and what we're looking for is the disc might start to push outward like this as it fills with grease. You might notice that the head actually moves outward. There it goes. See, I just saw it move outward. Okay, another trick for this is that as you put it in, you can spin it a little bit, either with your finger or using your T-wrench back here. You can actually spin it a little bit as you pump the grease in. As you pump the grease in, you might notice that the disc actually becomes a little bit harder to turn. That's a good sign. Or you might notice that grease is coming out underneath the disc around your guard. If you're using the buckle burr or apple core, what you'll notice is that grease may come out right here. This is also a good sign that the grease is flowing through the system. And when the grease starts to come out clear and not watery or dirty or anything like that, then of course you have nice good grease in your gears. So as you're pumping with this, a lot of times what I do is I'll push in a little bit like this with my finger, and that will help it to come free through the side. I'll go ahead and pump this one and show you. You'll see that the grease is now starting to come out around the head here.